Hello friends, the 15th illustration. Following is the receipts and payments account of Krishna Junior College, Mahabaleshwar for the year ended 31st March 2020. Means this is the current year 2019-20. Receipts and payment account for that year. Opening cash balance. Then we received tuition fees for 2018-19, means for the previous year we received 7,000, and for the current year we received 70,000. Means in this year we have received tuition fees for the previous year also, means that was outstanding, but it is of the previous year, so it will not be shown as an income of this year, but only 70,000, the tuition fees which is received for this year, will only be shown on income side, you know that. Then we collected fine, that's income. We received interest on bank deposit, that is also income. Admission fees, that is also income unless there is any adjustment on it. Then we receive donations, but for prize fund, it's a liability. Specific donations are liability. Then we received government grants. That's government grant, GRANT. Okay. And government grants, it is not mentioned either they are revenue grants or for any other special purpose. If such information is not given, then we can take it as revenue grants, will be shown as an income of this concern. Then at the beginning of the year, we paid for bank overdraft. Means at the beginning of the year, we had bank overdraft liability and we have paid for that. That's fine. We have cleared one liability which was at the beginning of the year. Then we paid for salaries to teachers, salaries to office staff. That is expense of this concern. Then we purchased books. Books are assets and they were purchased on 1st July. So, while charging depreciation on the newly purchased books, we will have to consider the date of purchase. Then we paid for printing and stationery, office rent, repairs, sports expenses, annual gathering expenses. All these five items are expenses of this concern. Then we paid for the furniture. We purchased furniture of rupees 40,000 and the date of purchase is given, means while charging the depreciation on the newly purchased furniture, we will have to consider the date. I mean, we will have to charge depreciation for 3 months only, January, February, and March only. Closing balances are given, bank balances, cash balance, and these balances will be shown in the closing balance sheet on a asset side. Additional information for the current year, tuition fees outstanding rupees 10,000. So this is of the current year, though it is outstanding, it is an income of this year. So it will be credited to income and expenditure account. It will be added to the tuition fees already received plus outstanding, and then it will be shown on asset side. 50% admission fees should be capitalized. So we will have to show admission fees in the inner column on income side, and its 50% will be deducted and will be added to the capital fund. Outstanding salary to teachers, rupees 12,000. This is outstanding salary of this year, so will be added to the salary on expenditure side, and its liability for this concern, so it will be shown on liability side of the closing balance sheet. Depreciation on books and furniture is to be provided. Okay, first we will have to see whether we had books at the beginning of the year or not, and also furniture. So we will have to charge depreciation on the old books, old furniture, as well as new books and new furniture. We will see. Fifth adjustment is about 50% government grants should be capitalized. Okay, so 50% of government grants will be added to capital fund. So only 50% will be shown on income side. Better we will show the government grants in the inner column on income side, and 50% of it will be deducted and will be added to capital fund. So don't forget to tick mark the items which are going to be affected by the adjustments. The sixth information is about assets and liabilities on 1st April 2019, where as follows. At the beginning of the year, we had building, furniture, books, bank deposit, tuition fees receivable, bank overdraft. So here in this problem, we don't see capital fund clearly given anywhere. So we will have to calculate the capital fund with the help of the opening assets and liabilities. And they are given in the sixth information. But one asset is to be taken from receipt and payment account. And which is that? The opening cash and bank balance. Is it given? Yes, the opening cash balance is given, and that will also be taken. I mean, that will be shown in the opening balance sheet. As this information is not given in the sixth adjustment, we will have to take it from the receipt and payment account. This is the item that is to be shown in the opening balance sheet. Don't forget it. Remaining items are given in the sixth adjustment. So with the help of which we will prepare opening balance sheet, then we will find out using the capital, I mean using the accounting equation, assets minus liabilities is equal to capital. We will get the capital fund, and that will be shown in the inner column of the closing balance sheet on liability side, and then we will solve the problem. So first of all, we will have to prepare opening balance sheet. Why? To know the opening capital fund. So let's prepare opening balance sheet. Balance sheet as on 1st April 2019. On asset side, show building, show furniture, show books as given in the sixth adjustment. On asset side, show 9% bank deposit, 3 lakh. Okay, and this is also asset tuition fees receivable, outstanding tuition fees, that is of the previous year, outstanding at the beginning of this year, but it is not outstanding at the end of this year because it has been received. Okay, in the opening balance sheet, show tuition fees receivable on asset side, and also show the opening cash balance without fail, rupees 23,500 cash in hand at the beginning of the year. On asset side, 23,500. Then we will get the total of asset side. Here is the opening balance sheet, the cash in hand, opening cash balance as we discussed it right now. Tuition fees receivable, it is of the previous year. Then building, furniture, books, and 9% bank deposits as we have discussed. These are the total assets at the beginning of the year. From that, we will have to deduct the total liabilities. Which are the liabilities at the end of the year? At the beginning of the year, just bank overdraft. That is the only liability we can see in this problem, which was at the beginning of the year. Here it is. We can see the single liability at the beginning of the year is just 28,500 bank overdraft. Okay, so that liability will be shown on liability side of the opening balance sheet, and then easily we can get the amount of capital fund at the beginning of the year. Total of assets 33 lakh 30,500 minus 28,500. So the opening capital fund is 33 lakh 2,000. By this way, we get the amount of opening capital fund. And the necessary information to prepare the opening balance sheet is given in the sixth adjustment, but this item, that is opening cash, is to be taken from receipt and payment account without fail. Now, which assets and liabilities will be shown now in the closing balance sheet? Can we show the opening cash balance in the closing balance sheet? No, we will have to show closing cash balance. So the cash in hand 23,500 will not be shown in the closing balance sheet. Can we show tuition fees receivable rupees 7,000 in the closing balance sheet? No. Though it was receivable at the beginning of the year, it has been received during this year. So tuition fees receivable for the previous year will not be shown in the closing balance sheet now. Can we show building in the closing balance sheet? Yes, it was at the beginning of the year. It is even at the end of the year. We don't see any information about the building has been sold during the year or not. So, as it was at the beginning of the year, the fixed assets which are at the beginning of the year must be at the end of the year if they are not sold. Furniture was at the beginning of the year, it is also at the end of the year. So, building, furniture, books, and also 9% bank deposit will be shown in the closing balance sheet in our solution. Then, furniture and books will be shown in the inner column. Newly purchased furniture and books will be added, and then depreciation on the total furniture and total books will be calculated carefully, and after deducting the depreciation we will show the exact amount of furniture and books in the outer column. 9% bank deposits, 9% of 3 lakh, that is the interest to be received on bank deposit, and whether that much amount has been received during the year or not we will have to see. 9% of 3 lakh, 27,000. Yes, so find out what is the amount we have received this year as an interest on the deposit. See, we have received only 25,500 on bank deposit. So the meaning is that considering the rate of interest, that is 9% on bank deposit, rupees 27,000 were expected to be received, must have been received, but we have received just 25,500, means 1,500 is what the outstanding interest on bank deposit. This is hidden adjustment. So total interest on bank deposit will be shown at 27,000, and 1,500, the outstanding interest on bank deposit, will be shown on asset side. It will be added to the bank deposit. That was the hidden adjustment. Okay. Now we will see the solution. We have properly discussed the various items given in the receipt and payment account as well as the additional information. Now we are in a position to solve this problem. Look at the income and expenditure account prepared for the year ended 31st March 2020, and as we already have discussed, we can see salaries to teachers plus outstanding, and this outstanding salary will be shown on liability side too. Then salaries of staff, printing and stationery, office rent, repairs, sports expenses, annual gathering expenses, the expenses given in the receipt and payment account for the year. Then depreciation on books, we will see in detail how the depreciation is calculated. Then look at the income side. Tuition fees received for the year is 70,000 and outstanding given in the adjustment is 10,000. So total income under the head of tuition fees for this year is 80,000. Then fine is income collected by the college, is income for that college. Admission fees 50% capitalized, okay, 50% in the outer column. And interest on bank deposit 9% of 3 lakh 27,000 interest will be shown in the outer column, but we have received only 25,500, so 1,500 is the outstanding interest that will be added to the interest we received plus to be received total interest in the outer column, and that outstanding interest or accrued interest on bank deposit will be shown on asset side. Government grants 1,73,000, and in the adjustment it is said that 50% of government grants is to be capitalized. So 1,73,000 minus 50%, remaining 50% in the outer column, and 50% government grants will be added to the capital fund. And here we can see expenditure is greater than income, and this is not good news for this concern, it's a bad news. It's deficit and it will reduce the capital fund. Make the total of expenditure side, it will be 4,42,500. From this total we will deduct the total of income side, and income is shorter than the expenditure, and that deficit amount will be shown on the credit side of income and expenditure account. The gap is on credit side of rupees 2,39,000, and this deficit will reduce the capital fund. Surplus is added and deficit is deducted from capital fund. So on the asset side of balance sheet, we can see the outstanding tuition fees for the current year as per the adjustment. Then building, there was no adjustment on it. Then furniture 7 lakh, old furniture right from the beginning of the year. Then newly purchased 40,000 as per the payment side information. Total furniture we had of rupees 7,40,000 during the year. And while calculating depreciation, we calculated full depreciation 15% of 7 lakh for 12 months, no problem. But 15% of 40,000 for 9 months only, because sorry, not for 9 months, the new furniture was purchased on 1st January, so for 3 months. 15% of 40,000 for 3 months and 15% of 7 lakh for the whole year. Thereby we get the total depreciation 1,06,500. So in the outer column, the remaining amount of furniture. Furniture was purchased on 1st January, isn't it? So 3 months depreciation on 40,000 at the rate 15%. Okay. Books. At the beginning of the year, we had books of rupees 5 lakh. Then we purchased books of rupees 60,000. So we had total books with us of rupees 5,60,000. Now, while calculating depreciation, we are going to charge full depreciation for 12 months for the whole year on 5 lakh. but the new books were purchased on 1st July. Therefore, 9 months depreciation at the rate 10% on 60,000. By that way, we get total depreciation 54,500 in the outer column, remaining amount of books 5,05,500. 9% bank deposit. At the beginning of the year, we had bank deposits of rupees 3 lakhs. Still, we are having that much deposit. We have not withdrawn. So, still it is there. And even some interest on it is to be received of rupees 1,500. So, it is accrued interest. It is asset amount receivable. And it is added to that asset. The income on which is accrued will be added to that asset. So our deposits are now at 3,01,500. Closing cash and bank balances shown here. On liability side, capital fund opening balance as we have calculated by preparing opening balance sheet. Then we added 50% admission fees and 50% government grants to it, and then we deducted deficit. The excess of expenditure over income called deficit. The debit balance of income and expenditure account is called deficit, and it has adverse effect on capital fund. It reduces the capital fund. So don't forget to deduct the deficit from capital fund. In the outer column, 31,55,000. Donations for prize fund which were received during the year. These are specific donations. They are liability. Then outstanding salaries to teachers, 12,000 as per the adjustment given. This is the way to prepare the income and expenditure account and balance sheet of the not-for-profit concern. You also get it solved. Go to the calculations of depreciation on books. Here you can see clearly 10% of 5 lakh 50,000, but 10% of 60,000 for 9 months 4,500. So total depreciation 54,500. While calculating depreciation on furniture, we can see full depreciation on 7 lakh 1 lakh 5,000, but 3 months depreciation on 40,000 1,500. 1 lakh 6,500 is the total depreciation on furniture. And the hidden adjustment on bank deposit was on 3 lakh at the rate 9%. We must get interest 27,000, but we have not received that much amount. We have received just 25,500. So still 1,500 are to be received, and therefore it is the income of this year. So it is shown on income side. It has been added to the interest received plus to be received. Total interest shown for this year on bank deposit is 27,000, and interest which is earned but not received, accrued interest, is shown on asset side added to the bank deposit. Okay, get it solved. Thank you very much.